Hello, everyone, and good morning to you. It is Sunday, August the 15th, Vail Daily Live. My name is Ty Diaz, and the weekend, it's been a very busy one for all of us, filled with anywhere from tasting wine, enjoying live music, to a circus and all of the activities that we got into over the weekend, and especially for our friends that came to visit with us, keeping them moving, keeping them active, and giving the kids not too much sugar so that, well, that way they crash out, so that the more grown-up kids could kind of have a calmer time before the day rolls back in and starting all over again. Bratzo is broadcasting this morning. He's over at Vail and Vail Farmers Market. You'll find live music there. He'll be giving us that detail as well as a look at the weather. Also, we'll be sharing with you this morning on Vail Daily Live all the events that are happening around town to get everyone that are visiting with us before the kids go back to school out and busy again, enjoying what is left of summer, all the time that we have together, without the occasion of going to school every day, but that's wrapping up really soon. We'll also be sharing with you the mask mandate locally for the local kids heading back to school. Masks on, masks off. Trisha Swenson will be talking fly fishing outfitters, and Bratzo will be sharing with us some details. He went biking and he brought some footage back, giving you a look at what made headlines, weather, and so much more. And again, thank you for tuning in with us. We're broadcasting from the studios here in Eagleville, and as I look outside of our windows, picking up a little bit of wind speed, looking at some flat light, mostly cloudy skies, but comfortably in the 50s. What we're going to do right now, that I've shared with you how things look outside of here in Eagleville, and also seeing I-70 traffic with some movement. Bratzo at Vail. And I wonder how things are looking where he is. Bratzo, all smiles. You have the layers on this morning, we see. How are you this morning?
Very good, man. Actually, I feel like I don't need it today. I brought it just in case, but it feels great. It feels like about maybe some mid-50s right now. We're supposed to have low 50s. We're going to talk weather for right now. But depends on how you look, depending where you look. If you look this way, Ty, it looks gorgeous.
That looks south.
Yeah, and if you turn a little bit, it's a little cloudier.
More west and north.
Yes, but looks a little, and that's Betteridge right there. As you know, we know it's one of our friendly sponsors, and carrots, making heirlooms for over 50 years with Dan Thelin is right behind me too, which they are responsible for the weather this morning. So mid on the 50s, high on mid 70s. It's supposed to be a little cloudy. It's going to be nice until around 2. Potential showers around 2, but lightly. And then it's going to be cloudy, but it's going to be great, I think. I'm going to go put that one more bike ride today with my son before he have to go back to school. He can't wait.
So the kids are heading back to school, eh, Bratzo?
That's right. My oldest, I dropped him yesterday to Colorado Mesa. They have freshman orientation, so my oldest is in college, and my 12-year-old is ready to go at Berry Creek tomorrow. Started tomorrow. So
considering kids, and they have a lot of friends, they're used to their life other than their family time at home, but their life that they have full time with their friends. So how would you say the kids, all of them, the peers, that they feel about heading back to school, back to their life?
I think it's a very positive. My son was like holding his head yesterday when he figured out and he had to go back to school. And on top of that, he had to be wearing a mask, but it is what it is. And we all have to do our part and, and control all these new waves of COVID per se. And but they have to be live. They have to be in person, hanging out physically with friends. I think that's huge for their well-being, for their mental health, for, their social skills. Is so important to interact physically. So, hey, if the mask is the prize, I think we're looking good.
And on the side of having the oldest child, I'm sure maybe you could share with other families the feeling that you're going to have that one that's leaving the nest and going away to school, like living on their own for the first time.
Yeah, it's it's a moving process for sure. It's a very personal, deep emotions process. We spent a week in Telluride with the family, having a good time, and on the way back, we have to help him make his bed. Which I told him this is probably the only time that the bed is going to be nice and tight.
Oh, I remember.
And we move him in. We saw his dorms. Everything looks good. He's happy. He's excited about it, and he looked at me like, for finally I'm free.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's the look. And it passes on for every stage of our lives that we went through when it was our turn to leave home and test our wings to fly to. And thank you very much, Bratzo. He's going to be sharing with us what's happening at the farmers market today, Colorado's largest farmers market. And we'll give you some details, hopefully meet some vendors, share with you what's made headlines, as well as a look at the weather and so much more up and down the valley. Right after this, you're watching Vail Daily Live. We'll see you in a second.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing. Finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
At Beaver Creek, the extraordinary awaits everywhere you look, in every shared adventure, every breathtaking view, and every discovery. It's where attention to every last detail transforms moments into lasting memories, so your mountain getaway dreams can all come true.
You are watching Vail Daily Live. My name is Ty Diaz. Time to take a look at what made headlines in today's newspaper, the Vail Daily, which you can find online at vaildaily.com. You can follow along with us there, as well as, well, your routine locally, finding the blue box while making that walk with your pets from indoors or as a family, and grabbing a newspaper, a cup of coffee, from Vail Mountain Coffee, hopefully, and checking out the newspaper. Where do you read it? Very close to the newspaper box? Do you put it back in the box too? You'll notice right here, step right up. We're talking about the circus, the Flynn Creek Circus that's been with us in the area Friday, Saturday, today being Sunday. Another opportunity for you to catch a show. Performers with the Flynn Creek Circus dazzle an audience Saturday in Avon. The show continues today with performances at 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. You can find more photos about this story on page A2, but you have some storytellers that had the opportunity to speak with some of the performers there, or at least watch their approach towards an interview. Very animated, dazzling, just taking everyone by surprise. And this is an all-human circus. Sometimes you go to a circus and there's tigers and elephants and maybe monkeys or something really cool, some trick dogs, but not in this case, but plenty of talent and skill to go around. And we're looking at aerials, acrobatics, contortion, miming, comedy, skits, storytelling. And again, you can pick up tickets for the last showing tonight by visiting coloradocircus.com website. Don't miss out on the Flynn Creek Circus. Other headlines you'll also find at the top of that photograph. Vail Pass work begins initial phase of project, which includes adding third lanes on both sides of Interstate 70, will cost $140 million, set to be finished in 2025. And as you can see from here, the initial work costing so much, but at the same time, much needed because, well, we see the congestion now, even in the summertime, without the construction, that the seamless seasons that we have here in the mountains are driving traffic into the mountains. And for that cost, this will help hopefully alleviate just that overcrowding within two lanes and that single lane. And as we need every end of a winter, some road construction, still having at least two lanes to navigate through to make it in and out of the mountains without such delays. Other top stories right here, I-70 reopening through Glenwood Canyon met with great appreciation. And we've been anticipating this for a while, following the flash floods that have come through that area. That a lot of the damage are still evident through there, but kudos to how clean and how soon the cleanup efforts down to a single lane of traffic in each direction was made by the CDOT crews. CDOT says reconstruction and mitigation efforts to continue over the next 3 months, so anticipate congestion through that area. But I imagine for those that have discovered new routes to get around, perhaps turned into a preferred route to get in and out of the mountains, to make your way into Glenwood Springs or Aspen, to going more south, more north, or Cottonwood Pass may become the better option for you these days to enjoy what it means to get to and from work. The Vitality Collective, a one-stop shop wellness studio, opens. And it opens today features donation-based classes, Inner Light Juice Truck. And in this photograph, you'll find Hannah Kruner left and Sophia Lundroth sitting in the mountains of their beloved community, taking some time to meditate on their success in bringing a new wellness studio to Eagle. You'll find these stories, advertising, so much more, and your favorite Sudoku if you just pick up the newspaper and checking things out there. There's also the classifieds because, as you know, up and down the valley, people are hiring, and maybe your business are in that business of hiring as well. You're watching Vail Daily Live, and up and down the valley, as we normally share with you, things that are going on. A big weekend, some things continuing, much like the circus into today. So what's happening today? You know that in Avon, we feature Sunset Live, which is your evening concert on the backside of the pavilion in Avon, and where you have full view of the lake, full view of the sunset, and all the activity around the lake on that side. There's seating available for you, live music, and today's feature, understanding that they're from Summit County, known as High Five. Noticing some of their instrument work may become a bit nostalgic for you if it's been a while since you've heard banjo at play while music and songs being performed. Here's a little bit of them over at Arapahoe Basin, who's also been having a great summer, but also notice how they decorate their outdoor set, creating that garage rehearsal lounge comfort and style. And the people are certainly moving no matter what the weather brings. It looks like in that scene, the damp ground at Arapahoe Basin in that video setting, and people were not afraid to get out and cut a rug, as that phrase is properly used. If you're making any time over at Vail, the farmer's market, it's nothing that you have to rush in and out of because of parking. Why not stick around and enjoy some live music there too? Usually on Sundays at the farmer's market, you will find Vail Jazz at Solaris, and that's part of the lineup. Bratzo will get more details about that and also share with us who's taking the stage, what time you can find those shows and those performances, and also the finds that Bratzo will find during the Vail Jazz shows when it begins this evening, but during the farmer's market as well. Later on this month, they say, but it looks like it's happening in about 1 week's time. And I had the opportunity to speak with the Vail Valley Charitable Fund. They've been around for 25 years. Vail Valley Brew Out. This one is a lot of fun as well, bringing that Hawaiian feel and vibe to Avon as well. So you have a week to get prepared, find your grass skirt and your coconut tops, and get out there and enjoy a really good time. Luau, libations, live music. You'll find Brewfest, sand sculptures, silent auction, kids activities, sunset water lantern release, and more details can be found by visiting the Vail Valley Charitable Fund's website, so you can find where to donate, to find out where all this is going towards a great cause, but of course, to get your group that you're going to put together to get out there and have a good time, discovering the festivities so you're on the same page as you coordinate ensemble for a luau-style brew-ow. And you know what I mean when I say brew-ow. Moving along, every year usually, except for last year, you can find Oktoberfest being hosted in the resort areas. Some restaurant hosts Oktoberfest regularly, but in Beaver Creek it returns, as well as at Vail. And some of the dates you'll find are right here on the screen. Usually Beaver Creek kicks off Oktoberfest before the Vail and Lion's Head version begins, and you'll find the Beaver Creek version of Oktoberfest happening the weeks before Vail and Lion's Head does. With that said, you might even notice, or maybe you don't know this, in the classifieds, they need bartenders, which means you get to dress up in the lederhosen and the dirndls for this and sing along with the Papa band and all the visitors and friends and families that come out every year and those experiencing it for the first time, but dressed in this attire while having fun for an entire weekend, 3 weekends in a row, if you're assigned for those gigs that you signed up for. Oktoberfest returns this summer in all locations. It's such a good time. And as we were sharing with you on the screen earlier, it is National Chant at the Moon Day. Now, this is not a resuscitation of what we were doing last year when COVID began, howling at the moon at about 8 o'clock. Remember that, Rachel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully that, though that was a positive energy experience, so is howling at the moon for what it does for you. But this is a national occasion all its own. So gather your friends, get them together, and let's do this. But there's so many national occasions happening today. As you can see, it's National Back to School Prep Day, National Relaxation Day. Spoil yourself in all of these national celebrations that are happening and going on today. All right, so what are you planning on doing today? Watching a little bit of the show first? Cool. How about a little bit of coffee? Vail Mountain Coffee. I have mine right here. I'm actually doing tea this morning. Bratzo is out at Vail, and he is going to give us a look at the weather. This one's brought to you by the town of Avon. Bratzo, so there's 3 occasions today. There's Howl at the Moon Day, there's National Prepare Back for School Day, and there's also National Relaxation Day. As an individual or as a family, you going to pick one, or how many of these kind of match your vibe today?
Well, I'm gonna sit on the hot tub and out to the moon, and I think that, and I'm gonna be hoping Tiago wake up early for going to school the next day. So
Are they on their own to wake up in the morning these days, besides parents helping them make their beds?
Somewhat, not really, not really. I'm an early riser, so I'm always up before him, and I kind of listen. If he's making some noise, I'm good. But it's supposed to be his responsibility to be ready to go. But hey, sometimes they need to drop a quarter so I can kick them in the tail.
$100 to wake up a kid will get them going for the day, and also helps to get the chores started early too. But I tell you what, looking at the weather, the clouds overhead, and I'm one of those people. A good rain, a good cloudy morning. It's not easy to wake up this morning. How's the weather looking for those that are preferred to sleep in this morning over at Vail?
Well, it feels good, man. It really feels good. It's cloudy, as you can see. We're supposed to be in around 50s on the low, 47 to 50, and then get a little cold, cloudy until 10 in the morning. Now the weather is calling for a little rain. As you can hear, the Vail farmers market is starting. Everybody start moving stuff, but it's supposed to be nice. It's going to be nice today. A little bit of rain early. That's what they call it, and then it's going to be just partly cloudy with lows on the 46, highs on the 76. But it feels good, man. And if you have a chance, go to Avon, because they are the heart of the valley. Avon, it is. If you go to the lake and hang out, I think it's going to be a beautiful day around 10 in the morning. Right now, it feels good. It's a little cloudy, which is good, man. Yesterday was super hot. And I don't know if you felt that way, but yesterday was a really hot day. Today, it feels a little cooler, but perfect. This is what you're looking for. Mm-hmm.
Last night I was really surprised. Actually, so I say yesterday evening, after I was working catering with that wine event at Vail yesterday. Gorgeous sunny day out there, super attractive people having a great time. Oh, I look while working. Got to check out the eye candy and the market. What's available out there, and everyone seemed to be taken. But at the end of that occasion, working away and staying focused, got home, and somewhere rain showers happened last night, a little bit of thunder, and guess who didn't watch any television last night? This guy. Thank you very much, Bratzo, for the weather. Good luck with the kids waking up today. Another shot to sleep in for you. But with one eye open with Vail Daily Live, we'll be back with a little bit of Trisha Swenson and the Fly Fishing Outfitters, as well as your fly fishing report after this.
Have you ever felt rug love? Shop at Rugs Benedict and find the rug you love for any room in your home. Our selection of imported, handmade rugs is unmatched, with over 1,000 beautiful area rugs in stock. You can find rugs to fit any room at any budget. Rugs Benedict in Avon has been serving the Vail Valley since 1972. Finding beautiful new area rugs has never been this easy and affordable. Because at Rugs Benedict, we know rugs.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outlets@silverthorne.com for current sales and events.
At Beaver Creek, the extraordinary awaits everywhere you look, in every shared adventure, every breathtaking view, and every discovery. It's where attention to every last detail transforms moments into lasting memories, so your mountain getaway dreams can all come true. Come experience the extraordinary at Beaver Creek.
You are watching Vail Daily Live. My name is Ty Diaz. Today is Sunday, August the 15th, and I should fact check myself. And according to the newspaper, that's what today is. And we're just talking about Beaver Creek with Bratzo and also the promo you just saw there. Beaver Creek, the home of many seasonal events, winter and summer, as well as ongoing events. Let's take a look at some events that are available for you and your family today. Now, as you can see there, they have a calendar. If you visit their website like I do, you can find their daily activities and their weekly activities there. Today being Sunday, you'll find Helmet Fricker performing between 1 and 3. You'll also find Fossil Passe, which are about dinosaurs with Billy Doran, between 4 and 5, not too far from where Helmet Fricker will be performing, right there in the heart of the plaza. A lot of activities from fitness to music, movies, family-friendly activities, but some upcoming events at Beaver Creek as well. One event you don't want to miss out on. As we shared with you, September, right around the corner, Oktoberfest comes up as well. And we're going to make a fun topic about Oktoberfest with you, but not just happening at Vail. It normally and historically begins at Beaver Creek. And there you have it there, the Papa music, the Lech Austria band performing for you, as well as people getting out there for 3 days, a Friday, a Saturday, Sunday. And hopefully you're taking note to the dates there to enjoy sauerkraut, brats, beer, and just a full day in Beaver Creek, dressed up in your lederhosen and your dirndls, and just celebrating the festivities like Austria style, and people are very happy to do that. Taking in the sounds, the foods, the competitions, the contests, and some of them include throwing a keg, and I think that's like keg bowling that happens in the Lion's Head. There's also, I think Beaver Creek hosts the Stein holding competitions. I think they fill your Stein with beer, and you keep your arm out for the longest, extended. But if you're tempted, you take a sip of that beer, and that, I'm not sure if it's considered cheating if you reduce the weight of the beer in that stein, in that extension. Do you love a good pretzel? Those are found there too. They're huge, with a huge assortment of mustards to choose from up there. That's Oktoberfest of all three, up and down the valley. And Beaver Creek kicks it off first. Those are the dates there. And if you don't mind a little shameless plug, Beaver Creek, they're hiring. They need people to pour beer. Has it always been on your list to work an Oktoberfest? Yeah, that was there for you too. All right, what else is going on around Beaver Creek? We'll be sharing some more with you there, but giving you a look at the weather really quick. Bratzo just did that. This one is brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne. Elevated savings. This shirt is from the outlets of Silverthorne. Still looking outside of the windows here, noticing that flat light for the start of our Sunday morning. Wind speed moving these trees around Eagle Vale. Mostly cloudy skies for the start of this morning. Difficult to wake up this morning. I'm not telling you that you have to. We appreciate you watching us this morning. Temperatures in the 50s in areas of the valley. Chances of showers, you can see the percent right there on the screen, and as highs comfortably and remaining right there in the 50s, the 70s, mid-70s for areas of the valley, moving more west, picking up the 80s, then the overnight low temperatures cooling off again in the mid-40s, and it'd be lovely to have some of those rain showers return again too, promoting a really cozy night's sleep. But if you're waking up to get out and about, could it be for a little bit of fly fishing? Trisha Swenson speaks with the fly fishing outfitters, John Packers, to find out the proper attire while fly fishing. Let's take a look.
We're at Fly Fishing Outfitters with John Packer, and we're going to find out about what you need to get out on the river to do some fly fishing. And this is such a popular sport in Colorado for good reason. We have so many great waterways.
We do.
And so many different places to go year round.
Year round. And the reason I moved here was for the skiing and the fly fishing.
I know.
So.
Well, and this shop has been around since 1992.
Correct.
I know you've been here since the mid-90s.
I am,
So
yep.
It's good to go with the pros and find out what they know. But you know a lot about the equipment we need to get into, because a lot of times, a lot of our sports out in the mountains, they're equipment heavy. So
yes, we are.
Make sure you're getting into the right thing.
Right.
So tell us what we would need if we're maybe just starting out.
Well, one thing you do need is a decent set of waders, and all the waders nowadays are made out of a Gore-Tex type material, so that they're a little bit more lighter weight than the old school neoprene stuff that you used to wear back in the day. And then they are nice because they all mostly have a nice built-in hand warmer pocket, suspender systems, belts, and then they all come with a articulated foot, which is nice because it molds to your feet, and then the built-in gravel guard to keep out the dirt from the boots and everything. So
They've thought of everything.
yeah, all these waders, starting even at the lower level wader at just under $200, all the way up, and then we have a lightweight convertible wader. The neat thing about this is that you can actually pop this down and wear it as more of a pant.
Yeah,
You
especially on
know,
the hot days.
exactly. And these are nicer if you're going to do some hiking or things like that. They're not quite as heavy, but yet they're very strong and very waterproof.
Okay, they come in men's and women's.
Men's and women's. Yep, exactly.
Okay,
And then.
Oh,
Then we have the Orvis Pro wader, which is a 4-season type wader. It's it's much thicker. It's actually got built-in knee pads. It's got multiple pockets. It's a very, very heavy-duty type wader. The nice thing about this too is it also has the pass-through hand warmer pockets. You know, if you're fishing during the winter months, you know, these I always say to people, you know, you could get dragged through the town of Vail by a bus, and the waders will last, but you might not.
the waders will still last.
Yes.
Okay, and then a couple of accessories that you're going to need. Of course, the boots, and you've
Yep.
got a different selection of boots up there, kind of running you from your entry level all the way up to something that
Exactly.
goes all the time.
And boots nowadays come in both felt bottoms as well as the rubber soles. You know, different variations. Some of these boots have better ankle support because they're like a high top tennis shoe.
Yeah.
And then you have something down to like an ultralight boot, which is really nice for just if you're doing some hiking and fishing.
Okay.
You know, it's very lightweight and it's just like a hiking shoe. We also have a new wet wading shoe by Orvis. And this is basically a tennis shoe with a neoprene inside sock, and it's perfect for just wet wading without any kind of waders or anything like that. A lot of us wear them in the boats, and it's a great, just an all-around boating type shoe for the whitewater rafters, you know, and things like that, because toe protection when you're jumping in and out of the boats is kind of a key.
Oh yeah, you never know what's underneath that water. Those
Exactly.
rocks can get you. Now this is a pretty hefty pair. In fact, the base has Michelin tire technology. That's
Yep.
pretty neat.
Yeah, Orvis teamed up with Michelin to design this boot and the sole of this boot, and it's basically based on their tire treads and the way that it moves water away. It's got a softer compound in the middle, a heavier, more stiff compound on the outside. It's a really cool boot, and it's got some great grip, even on the Eagle River, which has a tendency to be pretty slippery.
Okay, and then a couple of other
Speaking of
accessories.
slippery,
Yeah.
you got to have a wading staff.
You got to be safe, and this is going to be just, you know, extra, you know, you're
Yep.
going through, once again, you can't see what's underneath the ripples.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
this-
you want it, and this is nice because when you pull this out, it automatically
Okay.
telescopes right together into a full wading staff.
Yeah, so that, pretty long too. And this
Yeah.
is, you know, nice and collapsible, so it'll fit in your truck nicely, and it'll fit in a backpack easily.
Yep, and it's
travel.
puts right on your wading belt, which leads us right to the belt.
Yeah.
And having a wading belt serves as a couple different functions nowadays. These belts are made so that you can actually put the newer long-handled nets in them, but they're also good to keep the water out if you do find yourself not quite vertical anymore in
If
the
you
water.
fall.
If you're swimming, this will help keep the water out of the waders.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, I love the fact that you got everything right here if we need.
Yep.
So they're located right in the Westgate building in Avon, Fly Fishing Outfitters.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing. Finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
At Beaver Creek, the extraordinary awaits everywhere you look, in every shared adventure, every breathtaking view, and every discovery. It's where attention to every last detail transforms moments into lasting memories, so your mountain getaway dreams can all come true. Come experience the extraordinary at Beaver Creek.
Welcome back to Vail Daily Live. My name is Ty Diaz. Looking at the time right now, you're thinking, okay, well, What about the fly fishing report, Ty? What are the fish biting on? Bugs. Let's take a look. And this report is brought to you by the Fly Fishing Outfitters in Avon, as you just witnessed with Trisha Swenson spending time sharing with you how to wear, what to wear as the proper gear, and how to spot the fish that you're fly fishing for. A year-round sport, any season will do. And if you're at the Eagle River today, the flies for the Eagle River, they're enjoying the bugs. The fish are biting on the parachute Adams, red quills, olive elk hair caddis, and blue-winged olives are working on the surface, and that's what they're enjoying. So they're swimming to the surface and they're grabbing those guys. The Colorado River, the heavy rains last week did trigger some mudslides way upriver near the Troublesome Creek fire scar. But the best dry flies that the fish are biting on are the olive peacock elk hair caddis, royal or peacock PMXs and stimulators, parachute Adams, royal wolves, and H&L variants. And the list could go on and on. I would love to see what these bugs look like, wouldn't you? We're going to have to get a hold of John and have him walk us through each bug so we can see what they look like. Not just by name, but by example. Feel free to contact, oh, here, what do we have here? Which one is this one? Okay, so that's what a caddis hatch. That's what we're talking about. All right, cool. Should I just throw a bunch of things at you, Rachel? You just pull them up? Okay. Okay, we can try? Okay. How about a royal peacock PMX? All right, what does that one say? That looks like someone just lost a feather from a hairdo. All right, well, that's an idea of what you're fishing with the Fly Fishing Outfitters, or an actual bug that the fish are finding on their own. So book your experience, discover bugs today with the Fly Fishing Outfitters right there in Avon. Thank you for doing that. All right, and if you want to book your experience, you can do so by stopping by their shop in Eagle Vale for this exciting time. You caught one, the crowd goes crazy for you. They go wild. You take your picture with one, it's a trophy. Then you release it. It is a catch and release program, and you can bring a light lunch, but no alcohol are required or allowed, shall I say, on these boats and these experiences. Your guide, they don't like that sort of thing. But yes, you could bring a lunch and bring the openness to learn and the excitement to catch something and just that natural sharing experience. Give them a call today, the Fly Fishing Outfitters, 970-845-8090, or just go to their website, flyfishingoutfitters.net. All right, we have Bratzo over at Vail. Bratzo, the weather, from what I can see, still dark out here. Oh yeah, we all should still be in bed. But some of us have to get ready for the farmer's market, either to shop, to set up shop, or to do the reporting from that shop location.
We lost Bratzo.
Bratzo will be back. Did you find him? Oh, he's inside of a building.
There we are.
Yeah, there you go, Bratzo. I love that location over there, especially on a rainy day. Is that police bicycle, kids' bike still parked right there?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Dude,
well, we know who has watch. It's a little sheriff in town keeping an eye on Solaris. How are things looking over at Vail? Has the skies opened up a bit more towards sun than clouds where you are?
Well, it's really cloudy. You can hear the bells from like the Latour side. But the guys are here setting the stage for the Vail Jazz Festival tonight. It's going to be super nice. Yeah, it's cloudy, but if I move a little bit to my left, I can see a little deeper, and you can see the sun ready to shine right after that little cloud. And the weather is brought to us today by Betteridge. Look, I'm right here, and they are fine jewelry and watches since it's 1897. So they know what they're doing. They have some Rolex there. They're going to sponsor me one of these days. I'm going to give me one of those.
Have you felt that first raindrop yet? Sometimes there's just one, and you look for the second one, and it doesn't happen for like half the day.
No, yet.
Okay.
They say 100% chances of rain at 8 a.m., but it's going to last a very little. And then how I call it is watering the track, because I'm going biking today. Just try to enjoy those. But you can see now. You see that beautiful blue sky on the other side. So I'm hoping for a little bit, and then you can get some cinnamon roasted nuts with this guy in a second too. He's setting it up. But it's gonna be a beautiful day. Hopefully we can get a few drops in a second, so the trails get a little bit more tackier and not so slippery and not so dusty either. So I'm hoping for a little bit of water. That'd be just perfect weather for biking.
Yes, thank you very much. And that weather coming from Bratzo is brought to you by Betteridge Fine Jewelry and Watches with exceptional service since 1897, located right there where Bratzo is in Solaris. But Bratzo also mentioned a bike ride. Bratzo, set the stage, because you said there's going to be another one today.
Yeah, we're gonna go ride. We, my son and I, and some friends, we normally go for a little bit of a downhilling. We are some other friends of mine call me lazy, enjoying only the down. And you can see a few of our favorite rides. That's me, right? This is Radio Flyer. Radio Flyer is so much fun because have some flow. PMT is a little bit more aggressive. You have some tabletops, some jumps. You can go to Magic Forest. That's Tiago, my 12-year-old. Magic Forest have some really good jumps, and you can go a little higher and a little crazy. There's Tiago jumping. That kid is sending it, man. They bounce. There comes my friend Corey riding the bottom side of PMT. So you have a little bit of every, a little bit something for all the abilities in cool park. You can go from a Jeep ride, from a Jeep road, take it very easy, very scenic. You can do the Grand Traverse and pedal uphill a little bit too, and enjoy these nature views and amazing scenery that Vail offers. Or you can just do it like we do, try to go a little fast and downhill and get the adrenaline rush, and have a great time. You have everything. Radio Flyer, you can go really fast, or you can take it easy and flow. It's just so much fun, and it's like a pump track. You don't need to pedal a lot. You can enjoy the berms and make the bike do the work. So,
Bratzo, as you tell this story, all of us are watching how that experience just takes over and consumes you. Just makes us want to learn more, not just from you, but taking in the encouragement that you offered us, that to get out and do some biking on these trails, that there's a little bit of something for everyone for all ability levels. And Bratzo, I'm not sure if you've done this. We're going to go to commercial here really soon. But in Minturn, and to you, the viewers as well, there's a brand new dirt bike park that has all the beginner features to more advanced features, and it's free to get out and check them out and check out the terrain. So if you want to learn about some biking and maybe have that feeling that Bratzo and his family shares, then discover Minturn and find that bike park right near Little Beach Park, and that's where your adventure begins. You're watching Good Morning Vail. When we get back, we'll share with you a quiche for the morning, as well as a quiche for camping, as well as the lens of the day, all after this.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing. Finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
At Beaver Creek, the extraordinary awaits everywhere you look, in every shared adventure, breathtaking view, and discovery. Where attention to every last detail transforms moments into lasting memories. Experience the extraordinary at Beaver Creek.
All right, you're watching Vail Daily Live. My name is Ty Diaz, and Bratzo just shared with us a really fun experience getting out on the trails with the family, with some friends. As a group, they do this all the time. There's another bike ride scheduled for his group today. But with that, he also mentioned that though there's showers in the forecast, that means that tacky bike ride seems to be preferred if you're doing those dirt runs, those dirt bike rides. And of course, you're going to be getting a little muddy yourself. I mean, you're wearing helmets and the goggles and all the gear, so the rain is not a bad thing for the activities. So to give you a look at the weather, if you're getting out there today, brought to you by Avon Possibilities, where you can discover your next masterpiece. Discover your masterpiece by visiting avonpossibilities.com. Artwork all around Avon, sculptures, statues, paintings, and some of them for sale. So rain or shine, get curious, because they'll uphold themselves in all of the weather, even the wintertime. Statues of bears, They're for sale. I just learned that one was sold, some baby bears over in Avon, so discover your art in Avon. Showers in the forecast for today, as you can see. Increasing chances. Starting the morning off, mostly cloudy skies in the 50s. Quite comfortable start. Not as easy to get out of bed, but ideal for getting out on that early morning run before those high temperatures begins, or before those wet conditions begin, if you're running especially on pavement and areas that are not covered for your running about. High temperatures there in the 70s and the 80s in areas. Overnight low temperatures in the mid 40s. The kids are heading back to school. Eagle County, wearing masks, that's the thing to do. Those are the new rules with that. The next couple of days weather-wise, I don't really see people using an umbrella around here. We actually just brave the weather with our Colorado fashion and style. What's the weather calling for there? Staying in that trend, temperature-wise, throughout the week, in the mid-70s and lower 80s. Overnight low temperatures in the mid-40s. And again, the weather is brought to you by the Possibilities in Avon, Weekly Art Expo. Discover your next masterpiece by visiting avonpossibilities.com. Bratzo is at the farmer's market, and we're going to be checking back in with him. But how do you like to start your morning off? Firstly, with a kiss in the morning, with a quiche in the morning. How do you like to start your time camping? How about a quiche and camping? Let's take a look with Tricia Swenson.
With a little bit of prep beforehand, you can have a great tasting quiche on your camping trip. Here to tell us more, we have Allie Stevens. She's with Season to Taste. And this is a great way to go on the camping trip. You can make a lot of things before you go. You can even freeze it and keep it in the cooler for a little while.
It'll be all ready to go. All you'll have to do when you get to your campsite is just heat it up on your camp stove.
Awesome.
So it'll be ready to go. So we start with a sweet potato crust. So you just thinly slice them, the sweet potatoes, and then you'll place them into your pan. That will create your crust. So then you'll bake that.
And you put a little bit of coconut oil
So
on
just
it, right?
put some coconut oil in your hands, put a little on each piece, and then bake it 425 about 20 minutes.
And what a great way to incorporate another vegetable.
Yes, so there's no heavy butter shell at all.
Okay.
And then one of the other ingredients in there is a leek. So you don't use any of the dark green. So we'll just cut that off. And then just since it's breakfast, I'll cut this in half. And then if there's any dirt in here, that's where you would rinse it off.
Okay.
So, and then you'll just thinly slice them.
Okay.
Okay, and so we already have our leeks and everything prepared for our filling. So what this is ground sausage. You're free to use mushrooms if you want to replace the sausage. We sauteed that in a little bit of coconut oil, and then we took that out, put our leeks in there with a little bit of ghee, clarified butter, added a tablespoon of water, let that steam for a couple minutes, and then add our spinach to wilt, mix it all back together.
Okay, and then how many eggs are we using?
Yep. So we have about 7 eggs here. These pans that you can bring camping a little smaller, so you don't want to overfill it. And then we're going to add just a little bit of coconut milk. All right, perfect. And then also here we have some nutritional yeast. It just packs a little bit extra protein.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, and it might add a little bit of a cheesy flavor as well. And then some salt and pepper.
Okay, so we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna pour it into our, and you've already put this in the oven, right?
That's already been baked. Our crust is ready to go.
Okay.
All right, so then we would pour our filling on top of our sweet potato crust.
Okay, awesome.
You might have a little bit left over. And then we would just pour our filling on top of there.
Okay. Good to go.
Yep.
All right, well, Allie, and then what do we cook this on?
So this will be at 400 for about 20-25 minutes, just until the eggs aren't jiggling anymore.
Voila. All right, so a great camping treat with a little prep at home. This is how you do it. If we want to find out more, what's your website?
Season to Taste, co.com.
At Beaver Creek, the extraordinary awaits everywhere you look, in every shared adventure, every breathtaking view, and every discovery. It's where attention to every last detail transforms moments into lasting memories, so your mountain getaway dreams can all come true. Come experience the extraordinary at Beaver Creek.
Slifer Smith & Frampton, Vail Valley's choice for real estate from the very beginning. For generations, we've grown together. Thank you for making us the #1 real estate company in the Valley. From Denver to the mountains, as we live and connect with each other and our community, Slifer Smith & Frampton is here with experience, support, and opportunity. At home in the Vail Valley. Come visit us at any of our sales locations from Vail to Eagle.
Welcome back to Vail Daily Live. My name is Ty Diaz, giving you a look at the lens of the day, brought to you by Eyepieces Vail. It is they're the art of vision, and they have a lot of cool things there. We're talking creative pieces on their frameware, the technology for their glassware, and on the prescription side for your winter eyewear and your goggles, as well as your ongoing eyewear. The lens of the day I selected for today, known as the Kato. I know, I did this yesterday too. I can't get enough of seeing this. Very reminiscent of superhero Kato from the 1930s. And of this comic book known as, or comic characters known as the Green Hornet. And as you can see from their eyewear there, thank you very much, Rachel, for doing that. Their eyewear, their masks kind of contour even through the nose. Now let's take a look at Oakley's Kato, similarly inspired by their eyewear from the 1930s Avengers there, the superheroes. The Kato has that contoured lens around the face, as well as the shape that contours around your nose. And what it says here, in print, performance with a purpose-built design that conforms to the contours of the face for the seamless look. Optimized coverage and wider field of view, paired with prism lens technology. This Kato is from Oakley, in case you're wondering. And you can find eyepieces of Vail with this one. They're located in numerous places throughout the valley, at Riverwalk in Edwards, as well as in Lion's Head. And you can find a few locations in Vail Village proper. Again, the lens of the day, the Kato from Eyepieces of Vail, the art of vision. We're going to go and check in with Bratzo right now and see how he's doing at the farmer's market. And Bratzo, I know we do these lens of the day all the time, and you see eyepieces all the time, but right here in the studio, have you seen these Kato up close? I bet you would look great in these.
Dude, I can bike with those. I think those are cool for biking, and you can get any rust in your nose when it's all beat up from boxing for years. So I might take a little protection with those Katos. I remember Kato. Wasn't Bruce Lee who did the Kato thing?
Possibly. We'll have to look a little further into that. You could be right, but we'll have to just do a little bit more research. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I think it was him, but we can check. So tonight, Vail Jazz Festival is going to have a little show at the Solaris. They starting at 5:30 with a school band from Denver, and then it's going to be Tony G and friends right after. For around 6:30, they're gonna get it's around 6:30, 6:15. They probably the big boys are gonna jump in and start thinking. Today, the weather. Let's talk about the weather. And the weather right now is brought to you by Liv Sotheby, your international realty. The Colorado leading real estate firm. Contact our Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love. Don't hit me, man. Don't hit me, man. I was just moving on a car, moving around here. So the weather today, as you can see, I love to show you how it really feels, because in that corner right now, another car is about to hit me. It's nice and sunny, but if you turn left a little bit and go look into the mountain, it looks cloudy. So I feel like it's going to move by quick. Hey, what's up, Sammy? Okay, locals are start coming in, popping their tents. So mid 40s, a little on the 50s, and it's gonna get warmer up a little bit. So it's gonna be a cloudy afternoon with the highs on 76. I think it's gonna be just fine. No one drop of rain right now. And Ty, I want to show you what you can do as soon as you get into the farmer's market. I found this cool family, and I didn't see this one before. So they do the Super Bowls, the Wario Bowl, the Super Bowl, Berry, and the classic Rio Bowl. So the superfood is the acai, and this family came. You guys came from Denver this morning?
From Denver, Colorado, yes.
Last night.
Right? Last night, yes.
Yeah, so they cut in the. Look at that. What is acai, man? That's how you say it, right? Acai, right?
Acai is pretty much the base is frozen yogurt. It's all natural stuff, and then we put all kinds of like granola. It's nice. Berry from South America. South America. It grows on palm trees down there.
Very nice.
So they're extracted from there, and they make it like a slushy-like form. We scoop it like halfway up in this bowl. Then we add granola and whatever berries that people want.
Beautiful. That's awesome. And these kids are happy because they starting school in 2 more weeks. That's not fair. All right. So, yeah, it's a little bit about what's going on the farmer's market. I think they're going to get me a bowl of this thing so I can bike a little faster, I guess.
Oh, wow. That's a delicious start to the day right there, Bratzo. Thank you for sharing. And Bratzo, again, is at the Vail Farmers Market. Every Sunday, you can find Colorado's largest farmers market. And now you're finding some of the vendors that are from not just local, but as far as in the mountains, but as far as Denver. The farmers market opens at 9:30, goes until 3:30. And the farmers market at Vail, that includes an art show and music, goes all the way through the 3rd of October. But before we go to a commercial break, Bratzo and I were talking about the lens of the day known as the Kato, and I kind of deferred to the Green Hornet 1930s superhero. And yes, you were right, Bratzo. Bruce Lee was one of the many of the 3 that played Kato. There was Key Luke who played, there was Raymond Kiyashi who played Kato in 1936. Key Luke in 1941 through 1946, then Bruce Lee in 1966. That's the Kato from the Green Hornet, as well as the lens of the day inspired by that character and their eyewear. You're watching Vail Daily Live. We'll be right back with more. Welcome back to Vail Daily Live. My name is Ty Diaz. We're almost at the end of the show, but not without a recap of many events happening up and down the valley. Some are weekly and regular, like Sunset Live at Avon, the concert in the park this evening, as well as the farmers market ongoingly, and daily and weekly events happening at Beaver Creek, but a special one happening for you and your family. One that we all certainly could enjoy so that parents and kids can identify and become the same on an equal playground, a circus. And we're talking the Flynn Creek Circus. And tonight is the last show, or shall I say this afternoon, at the Big Tent in the park. It is the final act where you can find heart-pounding, eye-popping, exhilarating performances for the entire family. You're looking at this theatrical circus that brings to you a fresh cast of spellbinding parkour, acrobatics, aerials, contortionists, quick change artists. Oh, and it just doesn't stop there. And this one is an all-human circus. Sometimes you can find one that has tigers and elephants and monkeys and dog tricks, maybe cat tricks too. But this one bringing so much talent and skill there to please and wow everyone to want to follow this circus around. And sometimes they have a theme of a world-class duo. Sometimes they show up. They're Daredevil Chicken, not that they're in this feature, but to get familiar with Flynn Creek Circus and what they do, go to their website and get your tickets while you're there too. The last one is today. It's at circuscolorado.com. You can find a show this afternoon at 1 p.m. as well as 4 p.m. And I had the opportunity to speak with them just before their show started a few days ago. I spoke with Fairy. She tells stories. And then there's another one. What is it called? There's another character that is a part of her storytelling, but it's just so much fun, colorful, brilliant, and you can find your light snacks there too, from popcorn to cotton candy. And for the adults, there's light beer and wine for you to enjoy and just be caught up in the magic of circus. It is the Flynn Creek Circus, And again, that one's happening today. Of many events you can take in. You can take it all in today. The farmers market, a circus, and you can take on the concert in the park while you're there. And which interview are you speaking about? Circus interview. Oh, so let's go to the circus interview that I had with the Flynn Creek Circus a few days ago. And there you'll also learn about the ticket pricings and their show times. Let's take a look.
Check it out.
Trisha Swenson, the venue is set. There's also VIP lounge available for you. I'm inside of the big top. And let me just identify with those of you at home that may have just had a rough go at life sometimes, just a bad day. It feels so good to be a kid again. And that's what this is all about, the Flynn Creek Circus. And here to tell us more, I have Gina. How are you, Gina?
Oh, great. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Avon, Vail.
How exciting is this, even for you, to have an opportunity to put a circus venue together, bringing it to the towns?
It's awesome. You know, last year was a rough year for all of us.
Yes.
And who doesn't want to run away with the circus? So this is your opportunity to run away with the circus right here in your backyard.
You know, a lot of us growing up, our parents tell us, what are you going to do, run away with the circus? And some of us do.
I do
Or the
every
circus comes to us this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tickets are available. Tell us about how we can acquire and what the feature comes with.
So what we've done this year, and Flynn Creek has put together for us a very safe event. We have social bubble seating, so we're selling in groups of tables and benches and chairs. So you come with your group and you have your own little space. It's very spacious in our tent. We have seating pricing that ranges from $23 a person on up to about $65 a person in that range, but you buy it as a table. So it's kind of cool. So one ticket is like 4 people. And you can get your tickets online. That's the best way to do it. We are getting close to some sellouts. So I would suggest going to circuscolorado.com. We have shows on Friday, 4 and 7. And then on Saturday, 1, 4, and 7, and Sunday, 1 and 4. So there's 7 shows to choose from.
Plenty to choose from. The option right here, seating, plenty of it behind us, very intimate and up close as far as getting into the show is concerned. But to find out more about the show, you might want to meet some of the characters too.
That would be great.
All right, so let's see. We have acrobatics, we have aerials, contortion, fairies, other characters. Would you care to meet some of them right now?
Yeah.
There's a fairy right over there.
Let's bring that fairy out.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Hi.
Hi, Fairy. Welcome to Vail Daily Live.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, we're really excited to have you. And if you wouldn't mind sharing with everyone at home a little bit about your show.
Oh, sure. I have a magical story I'd like to share, everyone. It's an adventure tale set in fairyland. Now, there's unicorns and ravens and hermits and elves, and they go on a magical quest to try to save the universe. So if you come along, I can tell you all about it.
Oh, so we're invited to be here.
Yes.
And what should the kids know?
The kids should know that there's lots to play along with. Our Mr. Unicorn is lots of fun. He really likes when you sing with him and tell him how great he is. So just come along and tell him how you feel.
And what about the more grown-up, sophisticated kids? How should they get into the show?
Well, they're going to enjoy it because that's what I'm here for. So there's lots of humor for everyone.
And who is this behind us?
Oh, this is the tail. He's the one going on the magical journey, and he's got lots of special skills to surprise you along the way.
All right, that's happening this weekend. Trisha Swenson, I know that you are eager, and I'm sure the chat box is going off right there if you have any questions for us. And we're really excited to be here. So on the adult side,
Yes.
Gina, we have concession.
We do. We will have light concessions. So we'll have typical circus concessions, popcorn, cotton candy, snow cones, lemonade, that type of thing. But this year we have added something a little more for the adults. So we will be serving beer and wine. Mm-hmm. We have a different type of setting, and it just is good, conducive to doing a little something for the adults.
And for the kids too. There's going to be popcorn.
Oh, and cotton candy and snow cones is pretty much what the kids are
cotton
looking
candy,
for.
snow cones, plenty of laughter, and you're doing a giveaway. There you have it right there. That is the circus in Avon in the park. You can't miss it. The tent is there. It's waiting for you. Tickets are available. circuscolorado.com. Buy them online. You can find a show this afternoon at 1 o'clock. There's another one at 4. And what you saw there, that's not where it ends. There's so much more. And again, don't miss out on the circus in town. Bratzo, the kids, have they outgrown the circus yet? And how dare they if they have? Because we're not supposed to.
Man, it's funny because sometimes they feel like Tiago feels like he's a big boy. and it's such an adult. And then we talk about the Christmas story that shows at the Villar in Beaver Creek every year, and he wanted to do it. So it goes up and down, which is cool. You know, you try to stay a kid as long as you can. I told him, look at their old man with white hair. I don't behave more mature than a 12-year-old boy sometimes. A lot of times.
Bratzo's at the farmer's market at Vail. It looks like it's coming alive and is looking fresh and delicious too. Bratzo, who do you have there? We're wrapping up the show. Who do you have?
Okay, I have Christoph here and Ethan. And I remember Christoph from, he's the villain on the movie, but that's not this guy. It's a doctor guy. And Ethan Hand from Mission Impossible, now that we were talking Kato and all those movies. But tell me about these donut peaches. I never see these ones.
So, donut peaches are basically like a really sweet white peach that we have at our orchards. It's pretty popular here in Colorado, and it basically tastes like candy. If you've ever had those peach ring candies before, that's exactly what these taste.
Okay, come and check it out. And what about this was the mango tango you said?
Right. The mango tangos are a mixture between the donut peach and a mango, and they taste just like a mango, but you don't have to peel the skin off.
Oh, that sounds so awesome. And look at Ethan with this beautiful mustache. So come and visit at any time. You know, check it out. Some fresh produce. The sun is shining now. Look at the sky. Very nice.
It's looking good.
Yeah, it's looking better, man. We didn't get any of the rain, so both sides are looking good. Some fresh produce. So come and try those mango tango or those donut peaches from Palisade. So they look delicious.
They have Palisade peaches. That is Bratzo at the Vail Farmers Market. Bratzo, you and the family enjoy that bike ride. The kids are heading off to school, and we'll catch up with you later on. And at the farmers market, talk to the vendors too. You can talk to them. They have stories, and if they tell you any stories, and if you feel like sharing them with us, log on to Vail Daily Live. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Apple TV, Roku. You can communicate with us on Facebook and YouTube, sharing with us your stories live during the show. We look forward to hearing your experiences while you're out there. But until then, go and create some stories. I don't want to hold you from getting your day started. We'll catch you back here tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us. Vail Daily Live tomorrow morning at 7:30. Enjoy.